Hey everyone, ever wonder what happens when two big navies team up? Especially when one of them is making a huge comeback. Well, buckle up, because we've got a story for you that's way more than just a military exercise. It's about Japan, its brand new aircraft carrier, and a moment that totally changed the game in the Pacific. For years, it was kind of a hush-hush thing. Japan, after everything in its past, playing a big role in global defense, especially with something as powerful as an aircraft carrier, it was a tricky subject. But the world keeps moving, right? And things in the Pacific got, well, a lot more interesting. More complicated, a bit tense. So, those quiet whispers, they started getting louder. And then, out in the vast, open ocean, Japan's future, its new role, didn't just appear on a map, it showed up. Literally. We're talking about the JS Kaga. This isn't just any ship, it's Japan's spanking new aircraft carrier. And trust me, being aboard this thing, you could just feel the energy. The Kaga, which used to be called a helicopter destroyer, yeah, we'll get into that little trick in a bit, has gone through an amazing transformation. It's like it hit the gym and came out a totally different beast. From a ship that mainly handled helicopters to one that can launch and land the most advanced stealth fighters on the planet. Pretty wild, right? And on this particular day, the Kaga was about to face its biggest test yet. Because sailing right alongside it was something that, honestly, used to be unthinkable, the mighty US Navy. But this wasn't some dramatic showdown. Nope, this was something way bigger. This was an unprecedented joint operation. Two of the world's most sophisticated navies just clicking together seamlessly. What was supposed to be a routine exercise, typical drills, talking on the radio, practice runs, quickly turned into something historic, like truly history-making. Because for the very first time, a US F-35B Lightning II, America's top-tier stealth jet, wasn't just flying near a Japanese ship, it was about to land on it, on Japanese steel, for the first time ever. The atmosphere was electric. That roar of the F-35B, it just filled everything. On the Kaga's deck, Japanese sailors stood ready, eyes glued to the sky. This wasn't just a pilot showing off their skills. This was a massive shift. This was a clear, undeniable demonstration that these two navies could and would work together.
Some of the overall goals for this trial are to clear wind envelopes for F-35 operations aboard Indo-Pacific multi-purpose ships, mainly at spots 4 and 5, where they plan to operate their F-35 from on a regular basis.
It was a silent message. The past was done and a new future was here. When that F-35B finally touched down, it wasn't just a landing. It was like a moment frozen in time. This wasn't some fancy show for the cameras. This was real-deal military cooperation at its highest level. From the incredibly precise way the deck crew moved, like a well-choreographed dance, to the super smooth way both American and Japanese stealth fighters launched into the Pacific air, this was the proof. Proof that Japan's maritime self-defense force, built carefully after the war, isn't just integrated with the US Navy, it's fully, seamlessly woven into the fabric of the world's most powerful naval force. It was a handshake across history, a bond forged in steel and shared purpose. From helicopter destroyer to carrier powerhouse. Okay, so let's talk about how the Kaga pulled off this amazing feat. It's not just a ship, it's a total game changer, and it didn't happen overnight. See, for years, the Kaga and its sister ship, the Izumo, were officially called helicopter destroyers. That name was a clever way to work around Japan's post-war rules, which meant they couldn't have offensive aircraft carriers. But even then, their big, flat decks hinted at something more. They were capable ships, great for hunting submarines or helping out in disasters. But like we said, the world kept spinning, and tensions in the Pacific kept rising, making the idea of proper fixed-wing naval aviation in Japan a real necessity. So, the Kaga got a massive makeover. This wasn't just a quick paint job, this was a complete overhaul. Imagine beefing up the flight deck so it could handle the insane heat and thrust of an F-35B landing vertically. We're talking specialized, super tough coatings that can take temperatures over 1,000 degrees Celsius. Seriously, that'd melt regular steel. They even changed the bow, the front of the ship, to make it better for jet operations. Every single part of the ship was rethought, upgraded for this new super demanding role. And it wasn't just physical stuff. They completely revamped the fuel systems for jet fuel, different from helicopter fuel, upgraded maintenance facilities, and even the ammo storage. Plus, all the command and control systems got a huge upgrade. Why? So they could talk and share data perfectly with US Navy ships. That's key to working together. And of course, the crew had to learn a whole new way of doing things, training endlessly for fixed-wing aircraft operations. It was a massive undertaking, a ship literally reborn. Now, is the Kaga a traditional aircraft carrier like those huge US Nimitz or Ford-class monsters with catapults and arrestor wires? Nah, she's more like a light carrier or a multi-purpose destroyer with serious carrier capabilities. But honestly, that difference barely matters when you see what it can do. The F-35B means it doesn't need those catapults. It can still project serious air power from a smaller, more flexible platform. That adaptability is everything. And yeah, the political side of Japan having offensive capabilities is still a delicate dance. Japan's post-war constitution is all about peace, but over time, the interpretation has changed. These F-35s and the Kaga's upgrades are all framed as self-defense, strengthening deterrence and boosting alliances. It's a careful, deliberate step forward, balancing history with the tough realities of today's world. The Kaga isn't just steel, the F-35B, the ultimate wingman. Alright, so the Kaga got its glow up. But what made it all possible? This incredible aircraft, the F-35B Lightning II. This isn't just a fighter jet, it's a piece of futuristic engineering designed for the wildest demands of modern warfare. Why the F-35B? Simple, it's STOVL, short takeoff, vertical landing magic. That's what completely changed the game for the Kaga. No need for those big, complicated catapults or wires. The F-35B can take off from a short space and, boom, land vertically. It's like something out of a sci-fi movie, making smaller carriers like the Kaga totally viable. And it's not just the fancy landings. This jet is stealthy. It's super hard for enemy radar to see it. Plus, its computers are genius. They pull data from all over the place, radar, heat sensors, everything, and give the pilot a god's eye view of the battlefield. That's huge when things get intense. But here's the real kicker. The F-35B is built for interoperability. That means it talks to other F-35s, especially US ones, perfectly. They can share info, coordinate attacks, and just work together seamlessly. For Japan, getting these jets wasn't just about beefing up its own air force. It was about locking in that alliance with the US. It's like having the ultimate wingman, always on the same page. Now, back to that landing. For the pilot, it was the moment of truth after countless hours of training. Landing that jet vertically on a moving ship, that takes insane skill and guts. For this pilot, it was history, a huge challenge met head-on. The pressure? Immeasurable. But they nailed it. And the deck crew? Total pros. Every hand signal, every movement was perfectly choreographed. These guys work in one of the most dangerous places on Earth, so every safety step is critical. Their discipline, their focus, they were just as vital to this historic moment as the jet itself. And that brings us to the human element. That unspoken connection, the shared professionalism between the Japanese and American crews. The quiet nods of respect, the quick smiles, the mutual admiration. Language barriers? They melted away. It was two teams, two nations working as one. This wasn't just a military exercise. It was a powerful bond being forged, showing that alliances are ultimately about people, not just machines. A new power dynamic. Okay, so this F-35B landing on the Kaga, it's not just cool tech. It's a massive move on the global chessboard, especially in the Indo-Pacific. This region, already pretty tense, just got a new, serious player. Let's look at the hotspots, the Taiwan Straits and the South China Sea. These aren't just lines on a map, they're places where things could go wrong fast. China's been flexing its muscles, building up its navy, pushing its claims in disputed waters. That creates a super unstable situation that needs a strong, united response from democratic nations. So, how does Japan's new carrier capability change things? Hugely. The Kaga, with its F-35Bs, is like a mobile airbase. It can be anywhere, projecting power and keeping an eye on things where it's needed most. This helps with distributed lethality, basically spreading out your fighting power so it's harder for an enemy to take out. It means faster responses, better deterrence. It's about keeping the peace through strength, not aggression. This seriously ramps up deterrence. An F-35B capable Kaga makes any adversary think twice. It reinforces the first island chain defense, that line of defense running from Japan down through Taiwan and other islands. Japan's location is key here. Its stronger navy helps protect the whole region. And it boosts bigger alliances like the Quad, Australia, India, Japan, US, showing a broader commitment to a free and open Indo-Pacific. The US-Japan alliance itself is evolving. It used to be kind of a US does the offense, Japan does the defense thing. But now, with complex threats, it's an integrated defense. Japan isn't just getting security, it's actively helping provide it. This sharing of the load is super important for the alliance's long-term strength. This sends a clear message to everyone. The US-Japan alliance is adapting, innovating, and getting stronger to face today's challenges. It's about standing up for shared values and keeping the peace in a vital part of the world. It's not just about naval power, it's about the future of global stability. What's next? A stronger future. So, what's on the horizon? The Kaga's transformation is just the beginning. Its sister ship, the JS Izumo, is also getting the same upgrades, giving Japan even more carrier power. And we'll probably see Japan buy even more F-35Bs to really fill out those decks. The Japanese Maritime Self-Defense Force is stepping up its game. It's evolving from a defensive force to a truly multi-role navy, able to contribute to stability far beyond its shores. This means Japan can better protect its trade routes, its islands, and contribute to global freedom of navigation. It's a big shift in its role, driven by necessity and backed by new capabilities. Ultimately, that F-35B landing on the JS Kaga was more than just a cool trick. It was a loud, clear strategic declaration. It showed Japan's commitment to its own defense and to regional security. It signaled a strong resolve to protect the rules of the international game. And it highlighted the unwavering strength of the US-Japan alliance as a cornerstone of peace in the Indo-Pacific. As the JS Kaga sails the Pacific, now with those amazing F-35Bs, she's more than just a warship. She's a symbol of technological progress, of a nation embracing a new, responsible role, and of an alliance standing stronger, more united, and more capable than ever, ready for whatever the 21st century throws our way. This wasn't just a moment in history, this was the start of something truly new. If you found this breakdown insightful, hit that like button, subscribe for more military deep dives, and share this video to keep the conversation going. See you next time!